Happy Friday. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBit Solutions here with a super quick market update. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Overall, NASDAQ market is up nearly 1%, doing a double top and retesting previous highs. Market's going up for no reason. It's just based off of the sentiment that we've had a good week, and based off of that sentiment, the markets are continuously pushing. With that being said, the thing that I quickly want to talk about is India is doubling down. A lot of you guys remember when we talked about that Trump is targeting India because Trump does not like that India is buying oil from Russia. With that being said, Trump originally hit them with a 50% tariff, but India is doubling down, pretty much throwing the middle finger to Trump and saying after President Trump doubles tariffs on India to 50% due to their purchases of Russian oil, Prime Minister Modi responds. He thanks Putin for sharing the latest developments on Ukraine and reviewed progress on their bilateral agenda. Modi says that he will be hosting Putin in India later this year, proving once again that these tariffs mean absolutely nothing when you make an absolute joke of the presidency. These countries are not taking these tariffs seriously anymore because he continues to present them and then quickly takes them back when he does not get his way. With that being said, also, I thought this was actually quite interesting. A lot of you guys know is that Jerome Powell, who's the head of the Federal Reserve, is set to fulfill his term until May of 2026. Even with the countless threats that Trump was going to fire Jerome Powell, we all know that Trump can't do any of that because he does not have the power to do so. However, Trump is going to be announcing his up-and-coming Fed to replace Jerome Powell once his term comes into the time that he's supposed to be there, right? Which is May 2026. So how Trump will make Fed Powell powerless. The Fed Powell lies in their ability to control interest rates as well as expand and reduce their balance sheet. Again, they are in charge of their monetary policy. However, the Fed's main source of power is simple. It's their ability to provide guidance. When the Fed says that they are going to do something, it's already priced in, well before they actually do it. In our view, Trump will drastically reduce the Fed's ability to provide guidance. In this case, that will be the form of the phantom Fed chair. So as soon as Trump announces who's going to replace Jerome Powell, so when Trump announces the next Fed chair, forward-looking statements from Fed Chair Powell will lose 90% plus of their effect. I don't personally believe that is true, but again, I just wanted to share this because I thought it was an interesting take. When Trump announces his next Fed Powell, it loses 90% of their effects. Rather, markets will trade based off of the statements of the newly announced phantom Fed chair. Again, I also don't believe this is true because if you know anything about the Fed committee, is that it's not just Jerome Powell that dictates what it is that's going to happen. He's the head of the Federal Reserve, but it's still a number of members that have to vote, right? So rather markets will trade based off of the statements of the newly announced phantom Fed chair. While Powell's term as Fed chair ends in May 2026, his ability to control rates will rapidly diminish in the immediate future. Markets know this coming. I also do not believe this is true because although I do believe that it's going to be, important to pay attention to the sentiment and the tone of the up-and-coming, head of the Federal Reserve, I also think that anyone with common sense that understands how the Federal Reserve works is that they know exactly that it's not just one person that dictates who votes for what. It's that Fed Chair Powell is in a committee, and in that committee, they still have to cast votes. So just having one new person that might be super eager to cut rates doesn't mean that everyone is going to agree with that new individual. Again, it's very important to understand how all of this works, right? That it's not just one person that dictates if interest rates are going to go up or down. In my opinion, again, this is an amazing push and not an amazing double top. I think it's a complete bull trap. Markets are pushing up for no reason. I think that the potential for profit is so much less than the exposure for risk at these levels. That's actually why I just announced one of my new shorts on PLTR today. PLTR, I opened up my short right around 187.20 and I announced it to my LPP team. Again, I trade live with them every single morning. If you ever want to tune on in, second link in the description down below. It's testing the support here at 186. If we break that support, I'll double my position. I'm only up a little bit over $1,000 so far, But if if PLTR breaks that support, we have a nice little gap down to 184, and then at that point I should be a little bit closer to my $4,000 to $5,000 gain on the day. So very excited to follow up. Again, trading is not just about jumping into a random stock and hoping that you make money. All I focused on today in the past few days, especially after the mistake that I made on Wednesday, is staying calculated and being intentional. I waited for the nice gap up. I waited for this thing to show signs of a resistance, and then I waited for indication of a reversal, right? You wait for these overbought, or if you prefer to go long, oversold setups where you can buy at the lows once a support is established and be able to sell at the highs. I'm just doing it, on the different side of I'm choosing to short. I think markets are overbought. I think markets are overvalued. That's my personal opinion. I'm not going to be like those crypto traders. They're going to try to convince you that you need to agree with me. No, I think that there's a lot of different ways on how to make money in this market, and I prefer making money shorting bullshit companies that are overvalued and have no business trading at those levels. But again, in a market full of greed and when markets are incredibly irrational, it's very easy for these companies to continue to thrive, which is why I would never encourage a beginner to take a short position while market sentiment is still bullish. It's a challenge that I personally enjoy myself, and I do it live in front of my LPP team every single day. Just like we did with HIMS, I made over $11,000 on Monday, over $20,000 on Tuesday. I lost $4,000 on Wednesday, and then yesterday I made a little bit over $6,000, and today, slower start. Fridays are not normally my best day. I'm a little bit over $1,000 so far. We'll see how we end the day if I can get closer to my $4,000 target. So I appreciate you guys' time. And like I said, if you ever want to watch me trade live, I do it every day right at market open, and it's the second link in the description down below. I do want to let you guys know that LPP 3.0 will now be fully available by the end of this weekend. That means that if you sign up right now for 2.0, you will automatically get access to 3.0 at no additional cost. It's a one-time payment, lifetime access to all of the updates as well. And of course, it does include that live trading session. I appreciate you guys' time. I hope that earned a thumbs up. And you guys let me know down in the comment section what you think. Do you think that markets are at a price level that are such a good deal that you want to invest in long term right now? Or do you think that they're overbought and overvalued enough that it might be in your best interest to be cautious at these overbought levels? Let me know down below. I appreciate your time. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.